Figure it out. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So, I wanted to share with you tonight a little bit more about selling ideas. Now, anytime you're working toward a goal, we can get laser focused. That's the best idea, right? Get laser focused. So, if you're scattered and you're kind of like, "Oh, I could try this and I should be booking a party," and then, "Oh, I have someone to follow up with." When your brain feels like ping pong, like all over the place, right? A confused mind does nothing. So I'm going to give you a couple quick taglines. That's one. A confused mind does nothing. The second thing is inactivity breeds fear, meaning the longer you wait to do the face, the longer in between your parties, the more, I don't want to say scared, but the more mental energy it takes to get your little tush back out the door. Okay. And so practice makes confident. Doesn't make perfect. Nobody's perfect. I screw up on parties all the time after 30 years. But practice does make permanent. It makes it become easier and easier and easier. Even when you pre-profile, even when you call someone before a party and you just ask them about their nighttime routine and what they love about, what they'd love to change about their skin, you're developing relationships. And this is a relationship driven business. So, with that said, I wanted to share with you just a couple quick ideas. So, I don't know when you're listening to this, but this is being recorded the very end of June, but we are already in the new Star Consultant quarter. So, every order you place now, yes, it counts for this year's scoreboard, but it counts as next year's Star Consultant quarter. So, let's just say you haven't had big sales this month. Let's say you've been, I don't know, preoccupied and busy with your kids getting out of school and graduations and all this stuff, and you want to place at least a 700 or 800 or $1,000 order this month, and you don't have the sales right now. So you're thinking, okay, what do I need to do? First of all, the reason to place a big order this month is because skincare sets are 55% off. Now, I don't know if you guys looked at those, but and I want to spend a lot of time on that because that's not going to apply to everybody beyond June. But if you order an ultimate miracle set, it is the eye cream included, it is the microderm included, and you can get 6 sets dry to normal and 6 sets combination oily, not six total, 6 of each type of skin type. So just to kind of throw that out there to you. And if you're going to get miracle sets, for heaven's sake, get the ultimate because why not make 55% on the eye cream and the microderm? So let's talk a little bit about selling. First of all, couple things to think about. Mary Kay says everyone has a sign around their neck that says make me feel important. So I'm going to ask you, would you consider yourself busy? For the most part, would you consider yourself pretty busy? I'm assuming you're all shaking your head yes. Okay, so you're busy. What would it take to get you to pause for just a minute and go, wait a minute, I need to call Diane. Like that is a killer offer. I need to jump on this. So just ask yourself, what would I need if you were my client? What would I need to offer you to get you to literally make it a priority? Would it be a big discount? Would it be a buy one, get one? So you have to think about this is I want to move volume of product, not just like buy an eyeshadow, get an eyeshadow free. Like, okay, let's be real. Eyeshadows are great, but it's an $8 sale, right? So you could do um, all kinds of things. So I'm just going to share a couple quick ideas. So first of all, you really want to have your eyes set on being a star consultant this quarter because you can be a 4-quarter star, but you do not want to miss the first quarter. If you miss this first quarter, you're basically screwed for the rest of the year. I hate to be that blunt, but you are because you can't be a 4-quarter star if you miss the first quarter. So this quarter is key. So ideally, you want to get a $700 order in these last 2 weeks of June. So between June 16th and June 30th, you want to get a $700 order in minimum. All right, so how are you going to do that? So first of all, ask yourself, how much of my order could I get in reorders? Meaning just calling your customers. And I used to always feel a little awkward about this because I never wanted to say, "Hey, Lori, it's Diane with Mary Kay. I thought I'd check to see if there's anything you'd like to order." Okay, that might be my intention, right? But I would never say that to Lori because I never want them to feel like they have to purchase anything. So what can you say that would make that transition a little easier? And I got this idea from somebody decades ago, but I'd say, "Hey, Lori, it's Diane with Mary Kay. I'm actually going to be in your neighborhood on Thursday, and I wanted to check in to see if there's anything you would love to have to stay looking beautiful." I never use the word buy, or is there anything you'd like to get or like to have? I said, is there anything you would like to keep yourself looking beautiful? And she might say, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you called." This is almost always what my clients tell me. "I've been meaning to call you." I cut it open with the scissors a few days ago. Like it's so funny how, because you have to realize they remember to call you at 6:30 in the morning when they're washing their face and 10:30 at night when they're washing their face. Neither time is really good for you. So if you happen to call them now, be prepared. And this is the one thing I will tell you, be prepared to sound excited and have a kind of a pre-written or pre-bullet point script. Why? Because 8 out of 10 calls will not get answered. So you want to have it upbeat, very short, quick, upbeat message. You want to leave them the kind of message that's going to get them to go like, wait, what is she talking about? I need to call Diane. And then when you leave this crazy excited message that's short, you're going to, as soon as you hang up, you are going to text that person and say, hey, Lori, this is really key. I just left you an important personal message. Can't wait to hear back from you with a heart. Now, I don't say it was about Mary Kay. I don't say anything. I just say, hey, I just left you an important personal message. Maybe you're writing that down. I just left you an important personal message. I can't wait to hear back from you ASAP with a heart. Okay. Letting them know it's a personal message. The reason I do that is because my kids do this every once in a while. My kids will send me a voicemail and my son lives out of state. And sometimes he'll say, Mom, I left you a message. I said, I didn't get it. And literally a day later, it'll show up, or it doesn't notify me that he left a voicemail. Like one of my consultants today, Carrie, she left me a voicemail message. I never got a notification that I even had a voicemail. Had I not gone back and looked at my missed calls and saw that she left a message, I would never have known she left a message. So it's our job. So one is pre-write a quick script, have an outrageously fun offer, and make sure you send a text after you do the voicemail. Okay, so let's back up. Let's talk about this outrageously great offer. You can't offer stuff at half off, nor do you want to, because it really, when you discount the product like that, to me, it takes away the value of the product. Like, why would you sell me repair at half price if it's really worth $215? Why would you sell it for less? So here's just a couple ideas, and I'm going to rattle off 5 or 6. If none of these, here's the deal. If it excites you, it'll excite your clients. So if I called you and said, hey, Melanie, I was just thinking about you because I know you're on the repair line. I just want to let you know there's 2 specials going on with repair right now. If you buy a repair set for $215, you do save like $41 just by buying it as a box set. You can have any one spa treatment at half price, either a microdermabrasion set, the glycolic radiance peel, clinical solutions for 120. You can have any one of those at 50% off. Okay. Yes, I know you make zero profit on that, you guys. I get that. But she's got to buy the repair box set for $215. So now you're looking at, let's say she says, I'll do that. So that's a $215 sale. And let's say she just picks the glycolic radiance. So that adds another 34, right? So now you're up to like 45. You're almost up to 250. Then you send her the June special deals and say, Melanie, your purchase hit 250. So you're entitled to 51, 152, 250. She's entitled to 5 items on the special deals. Now, I don't know about you, but even if she picked an eyeliner and a lip gloss, and she might pick the women's fragrance or whatever, that's going to add at least for 5 of them, another, and the repair mini is on there. That could add another $50. So now you've got a $300 order. Gang, if you have just 5 customers do that. 5 customers say, yes, I want the box set. Okay. And they get a spot treatment, maybe the microderm, the glycolic, whatever, at half price. If it is a $300 order per, and you have 5 people do that, that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That is $1,500. Get excited. Okay, I don't know about you, but that would make me pretty excited. Okay, so one option would be, oh, if you buy a set, you get this, blah, blah, blah. Another option would be is if your clients are on repair, is notice the repair mini is on the special deals. Now, one of the things that's not on special deals is lifting serum and eye cream. So you could call and say, hey, Melanie, just letting you know, I know you're on repair, and this month there's 3 items. Now, you guys can pick whatever you want. This is just what I'm going to do. There's a couple items from the repair line because the lifting serum always runs out super fast, and it's also the most expensive product. So customers flip out when they get it half off. So I would call Melanie and say, hey, Melanie, I know you use the repair line. I just want to let you know I'm just going to make this up. I say the travel size, the lifting serum, and the eye cream are all on the special deals for the month. So if you purchase 50, you get to choose 1 item. If you purchase 100, you get to pick 2. But if you purchase 150, you get 3. So she might say, oh my gosh, well, I'll take 2 day moisturizers and a night. Okay, well that's 54, 54, and 54. Okay, that is 150. If she got two of the moisturizers for repair and another one, right? Like 2 days and one night, she could get a lifting serum at half price because you just add it to the special deals. Just tell her it missed the flyer, the eye cream, and the travel size mini. That is going to be almost a $200 plus reorder. So all I'm saying to you is make it worthwhile. Now, another quick idea is called Trash and Treasure. This is actually really fun. What I'm going to do when I do this is it's going to be right after June 30th. So I'm going to probably do this the 1st through the 3rd of July just because I don't have time. I don't want to do it this week, but if you want to do it this week, you can totally do it this week. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it as a New Year special, but you could also do it as a year-end special. So either one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a 24-hour period that it's called Trash and Trade-In Sale. And so I'm gonna just type up a quick list and say on the quick list, here are the top 20 items that people trade in from other brands. And you could put mascara, cleanser, eye cream, like list, don't I wouldn't list like the really low end inexpensive stuff. I would list the stuff that's more popular. Um, retinol, eye cream, mascaras, anything like that. And you can say, here are the top 20, the fragrance your husband wears that you don't like top 20 items that are that you can trade in. Now, during my 1 day of trade in sale, which again, you can do 2 days, they would trade in other brands and get the Mary Kay equivalent at a big discount. What would the discount need to be to just get you to just like have a heart attack over? Would it be 20%, 25%? I would probably do 25% because I just want some phenomenal sales. So, and I would do this by Zoom and say, you can drop by my house between, and you set up the hours, 10 and 2 or 6 to 8 p.m. Those are the times, or schedule a 15-minute Zoom appointment with me. Now, when they schedule a 15-minute Zoom appointment, I just suggest you schedule them 30 minutes apart to give you that wiggle room. So you schedule one at 10 o'clock in the morning, another one at 10:30, another one at 11, another one at 11:30. They're only going to go 15 minutes, but that gives you 15 minutes between them to grab a cup of coffee, go to the restroom, figure out her order. Maybe she wants to come by and pick it up right now. And what I'm going to do is for every 5 items they trade in, I'm going to put their name on a ticket, just like one of these, like a little raffle prize ticket, like one of these. And I'm going to give away a $75 Sonic brush. So let's say Lori trades in 14 items with me. I'd say, Lori, you're only one item away from getting your name on another ticket. Do you not have at least one more thing in your bathroom that you don't like? Maybe a foundation, maybe a CC cream, maybe a primer. And she'll say, oh my God, I totally forgot. I hate my CC cream or I hate my primer. I say, great, add it to your trash and treasure bag. Now, if Lori lives across town and I'm going to deliver it, I'll say to her, put everything you traded in tonight in a grocery bag and tie a knot into it and feel free to put it on your porch on Thursday when I swing by and drop off your order. Because I'm literally going to collect it. And if she goes, you're really going to collect this? Say, yeah, I actually want to take a picture of it and you can tell them whatever you want because I'm going to throw it in a dumpster. Why do I do that? I want the old stuff out of their bathroom. I don't want them to go back to their brand, whatever. So give them a list of the things that they can trade in. Now, you don't want them trading in Mary Kay product, obviously. You want them to trade in other brands. And so what's great about this is it's about, for the new year, building your customer base deep. Okay, meaning the goal would be is to have her on at least 20 different items. What if this next year, seminar 2026, you could work on getting every customer on at least 20 to 25 items? Maybe satin hands, that's technically one item. Maybe it's satin lips or the scrub or anything you can buy a la carte. Getting them hooked. Can you imagine if you had 20 customers on everything? You could almost be a star consultant every month, every quarter, just by taking good care of them. So you might say, like, if Melanie calls me and I know that Melanie's interested in this trash and trade-in sale, I might say, well, Melanie, you mentioned to me that you have a son who's 19. Is his skin flawless, or would you think about maybe getting one of the new acne sets for him? Because if you just bring me any acne cleanser and moisturizer and some kind of a toner, you can get the acne set at 25% off. Now, if you guys think it would get them more excited to get 30% off, that's totally up to you. This is the one-time deal. This is not a sale you will ever do again. And I say to them, I've had a record-breaking year. This is a customer appreciation because then you're not coming across desperate, like, I need to finish my goal. Will you buy something? So you could do a trash and trade-in event where they literally get rid of their stuff. I said, if you have a fragrance you don't love, if your husband wears a fragrance you don't love, if you don't love your body lotion, if you want an anti-aging body lotion. So think about all the things you want from Mary Kay and then go in your bathroom. Now, if you trade in 6 lipsticks, yes, you can get up to 6 lipsticks at whatever discount you're offering, 20, 25, 30, whatever you want. Okay. And then once they get the discount for every $50 increment, or excuse me, you could either do by dollar amount or you could do for every item. For every item they trade in, they if they have for every 5 items, they could get their name on a ticket. Whatever you want to do. The bottom line is if it excites you, then you're going to jump on it. You're going to really make this happen. So a couple of years ago, I heard an idea. It was called 75 for 35, meaning the hostess gets to pick $75 of anything she wants and she only pays 35 for it. Well, that's better than half off. And if she has 4 people there and gets me the guest list before the party, she gets 75 for 25. That's a 66% discount. When I heard that idea, I thought that was the most brilliant idea. I booked like 6 parties in 24 hours because I was so excited about it. Had the product line changed? No. Had anything else changed? No. I just heard that idea and I go, that's brilliant. I'd book a party for that. And when you're excited, they're excited. So now, especially if you know people who have got teens, these young adults are spending a flippin' fortune on skincare stuff that they hear on TikTok or whatever. They see it, they get it, and they go, I don't like this. I don't care if it's a lip gloss or whatever. But keep in mind that what I'm going to mention to every woman, because this is not where her brain is naturally going to go, and I'm going to say, you could consider getting something for your husband since we have a brand new skincare. All you need to do is grab me some kind of a cleanser that he uses on his face and some kind of a moisturizer. And if you've got a sunscreen, I can get him the whole set of the mineral sunscreen, or the SPF 50, either one, sunscreen, cleanser, moisturizer, if he doesn't use the shave cream. Because can you imagine? You get him hooked on stuff. So it ends up being that she becomes a full service client. So just think about, what do you need to do to get your clients excited? Because if you schedule these the trash events, and what you're going to do is you're going to check in with. So if Melanie's going to come to my, if she makes a Zoom appointment with me for tomorrow at 11 a.m., I'm going to say, Melanie, tell me what kind of items you're thinking about trading in. Oh, I've got a lot of makeup, Diane, and I've got some serums and some lifting stuff. I'm like, okay. So all you really need to do is have a lookbook in front of you and just talk to her and grab a piece of paper and say, okay, show me what you got. Well, I have 6 lipsticks. Okay, well, what are you looking for? And she may want to pick those out in person. It doesn't have to be a long appointment because she knows what she wants. She definitely knows what she doesn't want because she already has a whole drawer of that. Does that make sense? You can also do buy one, get the second of equal or lesser value at half price. So it could be, I'll never forget the first year I did sales court. I did this in June. It was buy a cleanser, get a second cleanser at half off. Buy a moisturizer. And so sometimes our customers would go, no, I don't need it. And they go, well, actually, yeah, I'll take a second one at half price. When you do buy one at full price to get the second one at half price, that's really only giving them a 25% discount because they're paying full price for the first one, right? And the second one. So you're giving them a 25% discount, but it sounds like a lot more. Now, it does screw up your reorders for a month or two, but what's wrong with that? Buy a mascara, get a second mascara at half price. And it could be of equal or lesser value, so it doesn't have to be the exact same thing. Does that make sense? So people could work at getting the repair set. They could work at getting retinol. They could work at getting a booster. Buy a booster, get a second booster at half off. Who wouldn't do that? Again, it's about moving a big volume of product. The fun thing I like about the trade-in is I get all those other brands out of their bathroom. So their temptation is not to go back to brand whatever. Okay. I hope these have helped you guys, these ideas. It's really, really fun. Often what I will do is I will fill a basket, kind of like an oversized basket, a little bit bigger than a shoebox, full of limited edition product that's no longer in the lookbook. I might put in there sheet face masks. I might put in there maybe one of our clicking lip colors from the spring, and I'll put it in there and I'll say, oh my gosh, well, if you spend over whatever the dollar amount you want, 75 or 50 or 100, you get to choose something out of here as a gift. Again, it's about making sure your customers feel appreciated and special because they will spend money with you. And especially if they know it's money back. But I love the trade-in idea because it gets that other stuff out of their bathroom. And if they've got teens, trust me, they have spent so much money on acne fighting, makeup, foundations, all kinds of stuff. But if they're a long distance customer, just say, okay, I want a picture of you throwing it in the garbage can because I'm going to post it on my private unit page. I just want to show my colleagues what I'm doing because sometimes you may not want that posted on social media. Okay. All right. I hope these ideas have helped you a little bit. And I want you guys just to remember The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Most customers don't know we even have certain products. Okay. And I will also encourage you for the new year, do your top 10 favorite products in 10 minutes because that one video will probably go viral within your customer. So if you just take your top 10 products, like if Mary Kay kicked you out of the company tomorrow, what 10 products would you literally not let them take? Like mine would be obviously retinol. Mine would be the eye makeup remover, the repair eye cream. My actually the repair set I would count as one. But what are your top 10 products? I made a video a year ago called Diane's Top 10 Favorites, and I sent it to all my new clients. And you'd be amazed how many of them go, I didn't know Mary Kay had a vitamin C serum. I'd like to get a sample of that. Or can I order that? So I'm going to challenge you guys over the next week to make a video of your top 10. All you need to tell them is what it is, what it does, the price, if you can. And some, you can just say, oh, it's 84. You never use the word dollars. And then go on to the next product. Do 10 products in 10 minutes. It's quick, it's fun, but your customers will love it. All right, you guys, thanks for watching.